This morning, when I left Nairobi, I got an SMS on my phone. Maybe I'll go and check and maybe call that gentleman back. Because the SMS went like this. Mr. Deputy President, my grandfather was a squatter. My father was a squatter. I am a squatter. And my son is likely to be a squatter. What are you going to do about it? This morning. And I think it speaks volumes to the succession you have alluded to. In this sense, as leaders, what kind of continent or nations would we want to hand over to our successors or to the next generation? I think really that is where the bottom line is. And I would dare say that as leaders, it must bother us, and seriously so, that the continent we have inherited, the leadership that maybe has been, you've won, either in an election or whatever other means. How will you, I think the biggest concern is how much difference will you make so that when your time comes up, you have something to hand over to the successor or to the next generation. And let me say this. Looking at the situation that I was confronted with this morning, it took me to where we are as a continent and the magic that a full stomach carries. The threat of hunger in our continent is to a great extent the base of crime. And grinding poverty to a great extent informs the instability and the insecurity that we have. And again, it requires decision makers, people who can make decisions. Because for a very long time, I have been Minister for Agriculture at some point. And you go to some meetings and the discussion is about, smallholder agriculture, peasant farming, this is very good. And the people speaking there are professionals. And you really ask yourself, surely Africa, is Africa going to get out of hunger because of peasant smallholder farming? I highly doubt. That is why in Kenya, we have rolled out a 1 million acre commercial farming under irrigation to double our food production in the next 10 years. Because it is doable and it is practical. And we want to hand over to the next generation of leaders a program that they can pick up and make a bigger difference if they will. And that is what I will be proud of the day it comes when I have to, when we will be handing over to the next generation.
You shared that SMS with us. What was your response?
I was on my way to the airport. That's why I said
pending.
It came into my mind. It is pending. It is in my inbox. I will, because of this discussion.
I hope you'll be willing to share with us. No,